In today's video, we'll be going over the Emirates Cabin Crew hiring process. So if you do have an interview coming up for a cabin crew position with Emirates, watch this video from start to finish. So what's covered in today's video? Number 1, quick overview. Number 2, requirements before applying. Number 3, the application process. Number 4, Emirates recruitment event. Number 5, complete the group assessments. So an overview of the group assessments. Number 6, take the online assessment. A little bit more about the online assessment and what you have to understand about this. Number 7, attend the final interview, what to expect during the final interview. Number 8, conditional job offer, medical background, etc. Number 9, relocate to Dubai and complete the training. Number 10, compensation benefits. And number 11, I will go over some sample interview questions that I was able to gather online from communities, as well as reach out to people who went through the interview process. So with these sample interview questions, I will provide about 4 to 5 sample answers. And then I'll also show you where you can get a complete list of the Emirates interview questions and answers. Let's hop into section number 1, quick overview. So founded in 1985, Emirates began operations with just 2 aircraft and has grown into one of the world's largest and most recognized international airlines. Headquartered in Dubai, United Arab Emirates, the airline now serves more than 140 destinations across 6 continents and is known for its modern fleet, award-winning service, and global network. Today, Emirates employs cabin crew from over 140 nationalities who deliver a consistently high standard of customer care on every flight. As an Emirates cabin crew member, you'll have the opportunity to travel the world while receiving competitive tax-free pay, company-provided accommodation, comprehensive medical benefits, and extensive travel privileges. If you're passionate about customer service, enjoy working with people from different cultures, and are looking for a career that combines adventure with professional growth, Emirates offers one of the most sought-after cabin crew opportunities in the aviation industry. Now, this is very important to know because naturally during your interview, they will ask you, what do you know about Emirates? And you can actually explain to them, this is just a quick overview of some of the main key facts about Emirates. Requirements before applying. You must be at least 21 years old at the time you join Emirates. Height requirement. You must be at least 160 centimeters, which is about 5 feet 3 inches tall, and be able to reach about 212 centimeters while standing on your tippy toes. This ensures you can safely access emergency equipment stored in the overhead compartments. Education. You must have completed high school, grade 12, or an equivalent secondary school qualification. Customer service experience. You need at least 1 year of experience in hospitality or customer service. This experience can come from industries such as airlines, hotels, restaurants, retail, tourism, customer support, or any role where you've worked directly with customers. English language skills. You must be fluent in both written and spoken English. Speaking additional languages is not required. Teamwork and personality. Emirates looks for candidates who are positive, professional, adaptable, and confident. You should enjoy working with people from different cultures, communicate effectively, and thrive in a team environment. Tattoo and grooming policy. You cannot have any visible tattoos while wearing the Emirates cabin crew uniform. Tattoos must remain completely covered by the uniform itself and cannot be concealed using bandages or makeup. UAE employment visa requirements. You must be eligible to obtain a United Arab Emirates employment visa, as all Emirates cabin crew members are based in Dubai. Relocation to Dubai. All successful candidates are required to relocate to Dubai, where Emirates provides company accommodation and transportation to and from work. Documents you'll need. Before applying, it's recommended that you have the following documents ready: an up-to-date CV written in English, a recent professional photograph. Meeting these requirements doesn't guarantee a job offer, but it does make you eligible to move forward in the Emirates cabin crew hiring process. Application process. Create an Emirates Careers account. Begin by creating an account on the Emirates Career website. This allows you to complete your application, upload your documents, and track the status of your application through the hiring process. So you can start by going to Google and typing Emirates. Then you can click on the official website. And here is the main page that people come to book flights, but you can essentially just go down to the bottom, click on Careers. Here is a full overview of the careers. You can skim through and read through, but what you essentially want to do is you want to click on Cabin Crew. You can here view events. Careers, I would recommend clicking here. Cabin Crew, this is the complete overview right here. A little bit more on the dress code, pay and benefits. I've summarized all this for you within the video. Now what you can do is click apply. Here you'll be asked to create an account login, and you're going to select your resume, general information, job specific questions, but these are for the cabin crew opportunities right here that you would apply and fill out an application by starting first by creating an account. So upload a professional CV. Your CV should be written in English and clearly highlight your customer service or hospitality experience, employment history, education, languages you speak, relevant skills and achievements. Keep your CV clean, professional, and easy to read. Recruiters often spend only a short amount of time reviewing each application, so make your most relevant experience stand out. Add a recent professional photo. Emirates requires a recent photograph as part of the application. Dress professionally, smile naturally, and use a plain background with good lighting. Your photo should present the same polished appearance expected of Emirates Cabin Crew. You did see on the Emirates career page, there was a section there of the attire required by the Emirates Cabin Crew. Take a quick look at that, and what I would recommend is wear that in your professional photo. Complete your personal information. You'll be asked to provide details such as your contact information, education, work history, nationality, language abilities, and whether you meet the minimum cabin crew requirements. Double check every section before submitting, as errors or incomplete information can delay your application. Great, let's look at the Emirates recruitment event. If your application is shortlisted, you'll be invited to attend an Emirates recruitment event. Depending on your location, this may be an open day or an assessment day. This is where recruiters begin evaluating whether you have the skills, personality, and professionalism needed to become Emirates Cabin Crew. Open day. So an open day is open to anyone who meets the minimum requirements. You do not need a prior invitation to attend. Candidates register upon arrival, submit their CV, and attend an introduction about Emirates and the cabin crew role. After an initial screening, only selected candidates are invited to continue with the assessments later that day or on a future date. Assessment day. This type of recruiting event is by invitation only. Candidates are invited after submitting an online application or after being selected from an open day. Since everyone attending has already passed the initial screening, the day focuses on the recruitment assessments, including group exercises, online assessments, and interviews. Registration and document check. When you arrive, Emirates recruiters will verify your identity and review your documents. Be sure to bring a valid passport or government-issued photo ID, an updated CV in English, your education certificate, any other documents requested in your invitation email. Dress professionally and arrive early, as first impressions matter from the moment you walk through the door. Company presentation. The day typically begins with a presentation about Emirates and the cabin crew role. Recruiters explain life at Emirates Cabin Crew, living and working in Dubai, salary and benefits, training, career progression, what to expect throughout the recruitment process. This is also your opportunity to ask questions and gain a better understanding of the role before continuing with the assessments. Initial screening. Throughout the presentation and registration process, recruiters are already observing candidates. They pay close attention to professional appearance, communication skills, confidence, positive attitude, body language, how you interact with other candidates. Remember, The evaluation begins long before the interviews and assessments. Every interaction is an opportunity to demonstrate the qualities Emirates looks for in its cabin crew. If you successfully pass this stage, you'll move on to the assessment activities where recruiters evaluate your teamwork, communication skills, and ability to perform under pressure. Complete the group assessment. During recruitment, especially the group assessment, the focus will be on three main areas. Number one, the group discussion. This is one of the most common exercises. Your group is given a scenario and asked to work together to reach a solution. Here's a testimonial I was able to gather from someone who went through the process. They say, stage 2 was a group discussion about a wedding planner and a new chef. Anyway, we all contributed ideas of what could be implemented to improve the wedding experience, and to be honest, I thought we all did very well. Group discussion questions. So these are just some of the questions you will be asked during the group discussion. How would you improve a wedding event after a new chef joins the team? How would you improve the customer experience at a hotel or restaurant? Your team has a limited budget to organize an event. What should you prioritize? How would you solve a customer service complaint while keeping the customer satisfied? Number 2, creative thinking exercise. While Reddit users mainly discuss what recruiters are looking for during the assessments, detailed candidate reports consistently describe a creative thinking exercise where small groups receive an everyday object, such as an umbrella, toothbrush, or cardboard box, and are asked to come up with several creative uses for it. There are no right or wrong answers. Recruiters are evaluating how you communicate, build on other people's ideas, and work together as a team. Number 3, destination or travel exercise. According to multiple candidate assessment reports, another common group exercise involves receiving the name of a city or country. Your team has about 10 minutes to discuss what makes that destination worth visiting, including tourist attractions, local food, culture, weather, and activities. One or more team members then present the group ideas to the recruiters. The goal isn't to test your travel knowledge, it's to evaluate your communication skills, teamwork, confidence, and how well you contribute to the discussion. Great, so Emirates recruitment event, which we have just been talking about, let's look at a user experience about this part of the hiring process. They don't care if you are already a cabin crew member. On the day, there were about 3 cabin crew members that I saw. At least 2 of them were rejected within the second round. One of them in particular did not even follow the dress code. How are you a flight attendant and still can't manage to follow basic dressing instructions? It's just sheer overconfidence. She was well spoken to, but was rejected in the first round. It's easy to feel overwhelmed seeing people who already work for airlines with years of experience, but what truly matters is who performs on that day. So here's something about the group discussion. I failed at this round, and this is based on some self-reflection. What you say doesn't matter. How you behave during the group discussion and how you react to each member's opinion is the most important thing. And finally, if you're dressed wrong, you will be rejected at some point or the other. The most ridiculous clothes I saw was a man who came in a t-shirt and a woman who came wearing a leopard print dress. You might make it to the second round if they see something good in you. The leopard print lady did, but after the first group discussion round, the people that remained were in the correct attire. User experience number 2. My tips for you will be listen carefully to what the recruiters ask during the assignment process. If they ask y'all to introduce yourself within 30 seconds, make sure it's only 30 seconds. Don't over-explain. Don't give shorter answers. I've seen so many people fail this test. Memorize your CV and make sure your experience, dates, etc. aligns with your answers, because they will notice any inconsistencies during your final interview. During group discussions, make sure you all work as one team, have one consistent answer, and avoid giving any personal opinions when presenting in front of everyone. It's a we, not I. Be confident, smile, and be friendly with everyone. The recruiters will observe every move you make. Before we continue, if you have a flight attendant interview coming up and want the exact interview questions and sample answers asked by 15 of the major airlines like United, Delta, American, SkyWest, and more, check out my exclusive flight attendant hiring guide. Inside, you'll find the exact interview questions, sample answers, what recruiters score you on, and what it takes to land a conditional job offer from these airlines. Click the link in the description below to preview the guide and grab your copy today. The next section, take the online assessment. Now, does Emirates have an online assessment? Based on Emirates' official careers website and recent candidate reports, yes, but it's not a standalone online assessment completed from home. For Emirates Cabin Crew, the online assessment takes place during the in-person assessment day, not before it. As stated on the website, assessment, you'll join group activities and take an online test at the venue. Is there an online assessment before the assessment day? No. Unlike airlines such as Delta, American Airlines, or some customer service roles within Emirates Group that use higher view and online assessments before interviews, the cabin crew recruitment process does not currently include a pre-assessment online test completed from home. Emirates specifically states that assessment days are not offered online. What is the online test? Emirates does not publicly disclose the exact questions. However, candidates consistently report that the test typically measures. Now again, this is the online assessment at the venue. So when you are at the event, you will be given an online assessment. So during that assessment, many of the people who've taken it have reported that it will consist of the following: English language proficiency, basic numerical reasoning, logical or abstract reasoning, customer service judgment, attention to detail, personality or work style preferences at some recruitment events. These details come from candidate experiences, as Emirates has not published the exact format. So English grammar questions. So here's what I've been able to gather about these. Choose the correct verb tense, select the correct preposition, identify the grammatically correct sentence, complete the sentence with the correct word. So these are just the type of questions you will be asked in the assessment when it comes to the English portion. Number 2, vocabulary and word meaning. Which word has the same meaning as? Which sentence best explains the highlighted word? Choose the correct definition. Number 3, short written essay. You will be asked to write a small essay on any topic of your choice, another way to review your grammar, punctuation, and more. Attend the final interview. What to expect? The interview is primarily behavioral, meaning you'll be asked to describe real situations from your previous work or life experiences. Emirates wants to understand how you've handled different situations and whether you have the qualities needed to work in a fast-paced, customer-focused environment. Interview length. Most candidates reported that the interview lasts between 30 and 45 minutes, depending on the number of follow-up questions and your previous work experience. What does Emirates ask? The interview focuses heavily on your previous customer service and work experience. Rather than asking hypothetical questions, recruiters want real examples of how you've handled situations in the past. So for example, some of the questions will be, tell me about yourself. I'm not going to go through all of them, but you can pause this video and go through them. So number 1, tell me about yourself. Number 4, tell me about a difficult customer you handled. Number 6, tell me about a time you solved a problem. And number 10, are you willing to relocate to Dubai? Pro tip, if you can answer these comfortably, you will be fine. Use the STAR method, which is start with the situation, the task, the action, and then the result. I answer all these questions and more in my exclusive flight attendant hiring guide. I have posted a link in the description below, not only covering Emirates, but all the major airlines in the world. CJO also stands for conditional job offer, medical, background, etc. If you successfully pass the final interview, Emirates will review your entire application before making a hiring decision. This includes your online application, assessment day performance, group exercises, online assessment, final interview, personality, and supporting documents. If selected, you'll receive what candidates commonly call the golden call, a phone call from an Emirates recruiter offering you a conditional job offer, also known as CJO. Why is it called the conditional job offer? This offer is conditional because you must still successfully complete several pre-employment requirements before officially becoming Emirates Cabin Crew. These typically include medical examination, background and employment verification, passport verification, required employment documents, visa, and onboarding paperwork. How long does it take? Based on candidate experiences, the timeline varies considerably. Some candidates receive the golden call within 1 to 3 weeks. Many hear back within 4 to 6 weeks. Others wait 2 to 4 months before receiving a decision. User experience number 1. So here's what candidates had to say about the hiring process, especially about receiving the golden call. A successful candidate shared that they received their golden call 3 weeks after attending the open day. They advised future applicants to smile, show genuine passion for customer service, and answer interview questions honestly rather than trying to give perfect answers. User experience number 2. One candidate explained they had completed the final interview, submitted additional photographs, and then waited more than 2 months while receiving final review emails. Another applicant commented that someone they knew received the golden call after 4 months, showing that long waiting periods can still end with an offer. User experience number 3. Another applicant received an unexpected call from the UAE, the United Arab Emirates, after the final interview. Instead of the golden call, Emirates scheduled a brief Microsoft Teams meeting to verify hospitality experience and confirm details on the candidate's CV before continuing the hiring process. So sometimes you have to remember that the Emirates recruiting team may call you to verify some additional information before continuing with the hiring process and giving you that golden call that you did move on to the next round. Let's look at the medical process. The examination is arranged through Emirates and is typically completed at an approved medical clinic. While the exact test may vary slightly by country, candidates commonly report completing the following: height and weight measurements, blood pressure and heart rate check, vision test, glasses or contact lenses are usually acceptable if your vision can be corrected, hearing test, blood test, urine test, general physical examination by a physician, review of your medical history and any current medications, chest x-ray if required for visa or medical clearance. What Emirates is looking for when they're conducting their medical review. The goal isn't to find perfect health. Instead, Emirates wants to ensure you can safely perform the physical demands of the role, including standing and walking for long periods, lifting cabin luggage and emergency equipment, working irregular hours and overnight flights, handling emergency situations, adapting to frequent time zone changes. Can you wear glasses? Yes. Many Emirates cabin crew members wear glasses or contact lenses as long as your vision can be corrected to meet the required standard. Wearing corrective lenses generally isn't a problem. What may lead to disqualification? Number 1, failing the medical examination. Several candidates reported receiving the golden call, conditional job offer, only to have it withdrawn after the medical or pre-employment clearance process. In many cases, Emirates did not explain the exact reason, leaving candidates uncertain. Number 2, medical conditions that could affect flight safety. Number 3, BMI concerns. Some applicants reported being asked to submit a document verifying their height, weight, and BMI, which is body mass index, before moving forward. Others said candidates with a BMI well outside the normal range may not pass the medical stage. However, Emirates has never publicly stated an official BMI, so body mass index cutoff. User experience number 1. I applied for cabin crew, got the golden call a couple of months ago, and my DOJ. DOJ stands for date of joining. I was then rejected. There's genuinely nothing within my onboarding that could have caused this. I was reading up on things, and in my medical, I declared anxiety medication and sleep meds I took in the past because it said if you had or are taking anything. And maybe that's the reason. I don't know, but I'm super upset. Like, this is so disheartening. Also, I want to reapply in 6 months and declare nothing, as people are saying under this thread. This thread meaning Reddit, where I was able to gather these candidate experiences. I'm super mad at myself, man. Also, if I reapply and get the job and I don't declare, this won't happen again, right? User experience number 2. I received the golden call and thought I had the job. I completed all my paperwork and medical forms. Then my offer was unexpectedly withdrawn. Emirates never gave me a specific reason, which was frustrating. Looking back, my biggest advice is to be completely honest on your medical forms, submit everything they ask for promptly, and remember that receiving a conditional job offer doesn't mean you're officially hired until you've passed all the pre-employment clearances. Now, my biggest tip to you is always be honest. In user experience number 1, that person stated that next time they were not going to declare any medication they were taking or have taken. In my personal recommendation, always be honest. If they ask you something during your medical, be honest, because if you are caught later on, you will be terminated as a cabin crew member from Emirates. The background check. After you accept your conditional job offer, CJO, Emirates begins conducting background and pre-employment checks before confirming your employment. The purpose is to verify that the information you provided throughout the recruitment process is accurate and that you meet the requirements to obtain a UAE, United Arab Emirates employment visa. What does Emirates verify? Although Emirates doesn't publish every detail of its screening process, candidates and former employees consistently report that the airline verifies your identity and passport, previous employment history, education credentials, references if required, criminal record or police clearance depending on your country, information needed to obtain your UAE, United Arab Emirates employment visa. What can cause problems? Providing inaccurate employment dates, false work experience, criminal history providing false information. Meeting the UAE, United Arab Emirates employment visa requirements. One of the final steps before joining Emirates is meeting the UAE employment visa requirements. While Emirates handles most of the visa application process, you must provide the required documents and successfully complete the government requirements before you can legally live and work in Dubai. Emirates specifically lists being able to meet the UAE's employment visa requirements as a condition of employment. Emirates ID and residence visa. Once your documents and medical requirements are approved, Emirates will assist you with obtaining your UAE residence visa, your Emirates ID, your official work authorization. Only after these steps are completed can you legally begin working as Emirates cabin crew. Relocate to Dubai and complete the training. Relocation. One of the biggest advantages of becoming Emirates cabin crew is that the airline provides extensive relocation support, making your move to Dubai as smooth as possible. Once you've accepted your conditional job offer, completed your pre-employment requirements, and received your joining date, Emirates takes care of many of the other major expenses associated with relocating. Number one, they take care of the flight to Dubai. Emirates provides your one-way flight to Dubai for your official joining date. You'll receive your travel itinerary and onboarding instructions before departure. Number two, free furnished accommodation. This is absolutely awesome. New cabin crew are provided with fully furnished company accommodation at no cost. Your accommodation includes your own private bedroom, shared kitchen and living room, bed and furniture, kitchen appliances, air conditioning, water and electricity utilities. Typically, 2 or 3 cabin crew members of the same gender share a 2 or 3 bedroom apartment, with each person having their own bedroom. Number 3, transportation. Emirates provides transportation from your accommodation to the training college, between your accommodation and the airport when you're operating flights. This means you won't need to own a car or pay for transportation to work. Number 4, salary during training. Yes, you are paid during training. Your basic salary begins from your official joining date even when you're completing the 7.5-week training program. Flying pay begins only after you graduate and start operating flights. According to Emirates, your basic salary begins from your official joining date, which includes the entire training period. In other words, you don't have to wait until graduation to start getting paid. You'll also receive your company accommodation as soon as you arrive in Dubai if you're eligible. How much will you earn? As a new Grade 2 economy class cabin crew member, your basic salary is $4,980 per month, and this is the United Arab Emirates dirham, equivalent to roughly $1,356 per month. However, during training, you do not receive flying pay because you aren't operating flights yet. Flying pay only begins after you successfully complete training and start working on board aircraft. I will cover more about compensation and benefits in that section later in the video. Before we continue, if you have a flight attendant interview coming up and want the exact interview questions and sample answers asked by 15 of the major airlines like United, Delta, American, SkyWest, and more, check out my exclusive flight attendant hiring guide. Inside, you'll find the exact interview questions, sample answers, what recruiters score you on, and what it takes to land a conditional job offer from these airlines. Click the link in the description below to preview the guide and grab your copy today. Let's look at the training itself. New recruits complete approximately 7.5 weeks of full-time training at Emirates state-of-the-art training facilities in Dubai. The program combines classroom learning with practical exercises using full-motion aircraft simulators. So here's just a quick overview of the training. I did create this visual aid for you. So you could pause this video if you like to view this. But anyway, we'll go through induction experience is about 3 days. Number 2, safety and emergency procedures is about 13 days. Group medical training, which is number 3, is about 5 days. Number 4, you have the security training at 2 days. Emirates hospitality experience, number 5, is at 2 days. Uniform learning experience 1 day, and then 14 days of the training will be dedicated to service learning experience, which is the last one, which is number 7. Now you can just go ahead and pause this video and take a quick look over this. Again, the total training duration is 7.5 weeks. According to the National, Emirates requires trainees to achieve an 80% passing score on exams. For practical assessments, trainees are given multiple opportunities to demonstrate competency before failing the course, and those who need additional support may be allowed to repeat parts of the training. User experience number 1 from someone who went through the training process. Take it seriously. Many people take it for granted and want to have fun instead of studying. Look at it as preparing for a hard university exam. You must study a lot to pass it. User experience number 2. The trainers we had were great and so supportive. They want you to do well and pass the courses. The exams weren't as hard as I expected, and my batch all scored over 90%. The only person who struggled were those whose English wasn't very strong. User experience number 3. I had read a lot of mixed things online before starting training, and I was honestly nervous. The best advice I received was to treat it like preparing for a difficult university exam. You really do need to study every day because there's a lot of information to learn in a short amount of time. The people who struggled were usually the ones who thought training would be easy after getting hired. If you stay focused, study consistently, and support your classmates, you'll give yourself a great chance of succeeding. And user experience number 4, training is intense because there's so much information to learn in a short period of time. You'll have written exams or practical assessments on roughly 75% of the days you're in training, and you need at least 80% to pass. The material itself isn't difficult, but there's a lot to remember. Most people who study consistently make it through without any problems. Compensation and benefits. One of the biggest reasons Emirates attracts applicants from around the world is its competitive compensation package, in addition to a tax-free salary. That's absolutely amazing. So everything you make is tax-free, so you keep it. Cabin crew receive company-provided accommodation, transportation, medical insurance, travel benefits, paid annual leave, and several other perks that significantly reduce living expenses while based in Dubai. Starting salary, grade 2 economy class. Your monthly earnings are made up of 3 components. First, you start with the basic salary, which is in United Arab Dirhams, 4,980 per month. And then you get the flying pay, which is in their local dirham, which is 69.60 for every flight hour operated. Overseas meals allowances paid for overnight layovers. So you are paid for overnight layovers. Based on an average of 80 to 100 flying hours per month, Emirates estimates a new cabin crew member earns a total monthly salary of 11,244 United Arab Dirhams. This is approximately $3,061.67 United States dollar. So US dollars. Flying pay and meal allowances begin once you start operating commercial flights after completing training. Free furnished accommodation. Emirates provides fully furnished accommodations free of charge for cabin crew based in Dubai. Your accommodation includes private bedrooms, shared kitchen and living room, furniture and appliances, water, electricity, air conditioning. Most apartments are shared with 2 or 3 same gender colleagues, with everyone having their own bedroom. After completing probation, you may request a transfer to another apartment if space is available. So some people had some questions about the accommodation setup. So the first question was, do you have to live in a cabin crew accommodation? Yes, you do have to live in a cabin crew accommodation unless you're married and your spouse lives in the UAE, okay? So for example, if you are married or have immediate family in the UAE, you can opt out and live outside of the crew housing, okay? Hotel accommodation during layovers. Whenever your schedule includes an overnight stay outside Dubai, Emirates provides hotel accommodation, transportation between the airport and hotel, overseas meal allowances. These allowances are credited to your salary after your trip. Medical and insurance coverage. Emirates provides a comprehensive insurance package that includes medical insurance, dental care, life insurance, personal accident insurance. Cabin crew are covered worldwide, 24 hours a day, well employed by Emirates. Medical and dental services are provided through designated Emirates clinics. Annual leave. Cabin crew receive the following: 30 calendar days of paid annual leave each year, 1 free annual return ticket to their home country or another eligible Emirates destination according to company policy. Staff travel benefits. Travel benefits are one of the most popular perks of working for Emirates. Employees receive discounted Emirates tickets, discounted travel on many partner airlines, staff travel privileges, deeply discounted tickets for eligible friends and family. Many crew members use these benefits to explore destinations across the Emirates network at significantly reduced prices. Profit sharing. When company performance allows, Emirates employees may receive a profit sharing bonus. The amount varies from year to year and depends on the airline's financial performance, so it is not guaranteed annually. Emirates Platinum Card. Employees can subscribe to the Emirates Platinum Card, which provides discounts and offers at more than 600 retailers, hotels, restaurants, attractions, and service providers through the UAE, which is United Arab Emirates, and NADA travel discounts. Cabin crew also receive exclusive discounts through NADA Travel, helping employees save money on hotels, vacation packages, tours, and travel experiences around the world. End of service benefit, EOSB. After completing at least 1 year of service, employees become eligible for an end of service benefit. This is a lump sum payment calculated according to UAE labor law and Emirates salary scale. The amount increases with your length of service and is paid when your employment ends. Grow your career at Emirates. From providing the best customer experience in economy class to managing and leading the whole team as a purser, your career progresses as you grow in knowledge, skills, and confidence. Great. Let's look at some sample interview questions, and I'll also be providing some sample answers to about 4 or 5 of these questions. So these are the exact interview questions you will be asked by Emirates during your cabin crew interview with them. Now, I was able to gather these by doing some research online as well as going through forums and communities. So I've done all the work for you, as well as I did reach out to some candidates to see what they had to say about the interview process, as well as some of the questions they were asked during the final interview. I'm not going to read through all of these, but you can pause the video and just quickly read over them if you like. But let's look at a couple of them. Number 1, tell me about yourself. Number 7, tell me about a time you went above and beyond for a customer. Number 11, tell me about a time you helped a colleague. Number 14, tell me about a time you adapted to an unexpected change. Number 17, tell me about a mistake you made and what you learned from it. There's also a couple of more here. Number 19, what are your greatest strengths? Number 22, what motivates you? Number 31, how do you feel about working irregular hours, weekends, and holidays? And number 35, do you have any questions for us? Great. So what I'm going to do now is pick 4 random questions. I'm going to start by telling you exactly what hiring manager is looking for, and I am going to provide you some sample answers you can use as is in your cabin crew interview with Emirates. And you can even switch out some of the answers, adding your own personal experience and qualifications. So let's look at number 1. Why do you want to work for Emirates? When answering this question, avoid saying you simply want to travel the world. Emirates recruiters hear that answer every day. Instead, show that you've researched the airline and explained why its reputation, commitment to safety, world-class service, and multicultural work environment align with your skills and career goals. Then connect those qualities to your own customer service experience and explain how you can contribute to the team. Great, let's look at a high converting sample answer here. I want to work for Emirates because it's recognized around the world for its outstanding customer service, commitment to safety, and high professional standards. I also admire how Emirates brings together people from many different cultures to deliver a consistent, premium experience for millions of passengers every year. In my previous customer service roles, I've enjoyed helping people, solving problems, and creating positive experiences even in busy or challenging situations. I believe those skills match what Emirates looks for in its cabin crew. I'm also excited about the opportunity to work in a multicultural environment, represent one of the world's leading airlines, and continue developing both personally and professionally. I would be proud to contribute to the exceptional service that Emirates is known for while building a long-term career with the company. Great. Number 2, tell me about a time you adapted to an unexpected change. Emirates wants to know that you can stay calm, flexible, and provide excellent customer service when plans suddenly change. Choose a real example where something unexpected happened. Explain how you adapted quickly, and finish by sharing the positive outcome. Keep your answer focused on remaining professional, communicating effectively, and finding a solution. Here's a great sample answer. In my previous customer service role, a team member called in sick just before one of our busiest shifts. Our manager had to quickly rearrange responsibilities, and I was asked to take on several additional tasks that I wasn't originally scheduled to do. Instead of becoming overwhelmed, I adjusted my priorities, stayed organized, and communicated closely with my coworkers to make sure we continued serving customers efficiently. I remained positive throughout the shift, helped wherever I was needed, and made sure customers never noticed we were short-staffed. By the end of the day, we had completed the shift successfully, maintained a high level of customer service, and received positive feedback from both customers and management. That experience taught me the importance of staying flexible, working as a team, and remaining calm when unexpected changes occur, qualities I know are essential as an Emirates cabin crew member. Great, let's look at question number 3. What would you do if a passenger became aggressive? Let's look at how to answer this question. When answering this question, emphasize that safety always comes first. Show that you would remain calm, avoid escalating the situation, listen to the passenger professionally, and follow Emirates procedures by involving other crew members and the purser when necessary. Recruiters want to see that you can protect passengers while maintaining professionalism under pressure. Here's a great sample answer you can use right now. If a passenger became aggressive, my first priority would be to remain calm and professional. I would listen carefully to understand what was causing their frustration, speak in a respectful and reassuring tone, and try to de-escalate the situation without arguing or matching their emotions. If the passenger continued to behave aggressively or posed a safety risk, I would follow Emirates procedures by informing the senior cabin crew member or purser and working with the rest of the crew to manage the situation safely. I understand that the safety of all passengers and crew members must always come first. Throughout the incident, I would remain composed, treat the passenger with respect, and do everything possible to resolve the situation while ensuring a safe and comfortable environment for everyone on board. Great, let's look at one more interview question and high converting sample answer. Question number 4, how do you feel about working irregular hours, weekends, and holidays? Emirates operates 24 hours a day, 365 days a year, so recruiters want to know that you understand the lifestyle and are genuinely prepared for it. Show that you're flexible, reliable, and understand that working nights, weekends, holidays, and changing schedules is part of delivering excellent service to passengers around the world. Here's a great sample answer. I'm completely comfortable working irregular hours, weekends, and holidays because I understand that's the nature of the aviation industry. Airlines operate around the clock and passengers rely on cabin crew to provide the same high level of service no matter what time or day they're traveling. In my previous roles, I've worked flexible schedules and learned how to adapt to changing shifts while maintaining a positive attitude and strong performance. I'm organized, take care of my health, and understand the importance of managing my time so I can always be at my best. For me, being part of a professional team that delivers exceptional service is more important than having a traditional work schedule, so I am fully prepared for the flexibility this role requires. Great, I do hope that you did enjoy this entire video where we did cover the Emirates cabin crew hiring process. Now, if you have any questions, don't forget to leave them in the description box below this video. I've also left a link to my exclusive flight attendant hiring guide, where you'll be able to find all the interview questions for the Emirates cabin crew interview, as well as high converting sample answers for each one. In that same guide, you'll also get the interview questions and sample answers for all the major airlines. So don't forget to preview that guide by clicking on the link below this video. Keep your head up, good luck, and keep smiling.